Hey, everyone. It's Tuesday night, and we are live on Facebook and on YouTube. And as always, I am your host, the BBB Jason Rumble. And as always, two people I can always count on to be on the scene as part of the brains here on the Gorilla Position Network for Tuesday Night Rock Talk. The APOC himself, Stiff Mike, and AJP Sidewalk Sam. Fellas, how you doing tonight? Hopefully Sticky Fingers will accept his invite, and the Great Gazoo might swabble on in too. You just never know.
Come on, Fingers, get on here. I'm not going to yell at you.
So,
big boo baby.
So fellas, last night, first live Monday Night Raw in 71 weeks. John
we have to all agree that opening with John Cena was the right thing to do.
Oh, of course.
The roof came off the place. Let's just face
it. As John Cena said, I want to fight Fingers because he's an asshole. Listen. I like breaking Fingers' balls because some of the stuff that comes out of his mouth, I can't believe what he's saying. But it's fine. You know, everyone's got an opinion, and his is a big asshole opinion. Just being me.
I like the fact that he put over probably the biggest baby face in the company right now. That's Riddle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a huge rub. Yeah.
So we have that takes place in the ring. The WWE crowd gets electric. He basically comes right off. He says he's going after Roman Reigns, and he'll be visiting Roman on Friday night on SmackDown.
Did anybody notice that he did this again?
Yeah.
So,
and the more I think about it, I'm glad if he goes heel, he's gonna get more heat from the crowd than he gets a baby face pop right now.
Yes, he is. You think he's over now? Wait till he goes heel. He's gonna be way over. And if he brings back the NWO, forget about it. AEW is gonna be a fucking afterthought. Trust me on that.
I tell you, I don't even think I want to stop thinking as AEW and Impact as legit competition because
they're not. They never have been.
No. I'm just saying. I think there's room enough for all different brands of wrestling.
I agree with that.
We just happen to be WWE favorites. I think if it was real competition, let's just face it, they'd be going head to head on certain nights, and they would try to go head to head in the same cities and live because that would be a real competition. You know, I think the interesting thing will be when AEW decides to do their Friday night show, and they'll be going up against SmackDown, who does a live show. But either way,
so can we jump around a little bit because I want to touch on a few things.
Yeah.
The Keith Lee segment.
Yeah.
That was punishment.
I think.
So, go ahead, Pelly. Go ahead.
Do you think that should have, I thought the matches could have been arranged around better. Maybe if you would have went with the women's Money in the Bank first to get the crowd over even more, get more interested.
Listen, here it is, Pelly. They had no ultimate of surprise, no illusion to keep the fans that way. That's why they had to go with Nikki Cross going over at the end.
I think that was great.
They didn't have that type of a pop.
True enough.
The only other thing that they could have ended that show with was
Goldberg,
but hear me out. It couldn't have been just Goldberg and Lashley. The Fiend would have had to come back and dismantle them too, and then Fire would have had to come up. You know what I mean?
But
Yeah.
I am glad that Nikki Ash won the Money in the Bank.
So get a
Well,
more on the Keith Lee punishment.
You know, for him to go do a 5-minute match and take the pin, he didn't look happy to be out there, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
If you got it, something happened between him and Vince, or him in the office, and that was his punishment. So we'll see what happens next week. Obviously, he's back. The Karrion Cross thing.
Yes,
Everyone.
there's punishment from there too.
No, not at all. Because if that was punishment, they wouldn't let him talk. That's not.
I'll give my own
set up
on the
There's
Karrion
nothing,
Cross.
not necessarily punishment, but do you think that's just Vince saying my stuff is more?
He's not
important?
burying. Listen, everyone's been going around saying that Vince is burying NXT. He's not burying whatsoever. He's a completely separate brand, a separate company.
And that's why he should have never took the champion of his other brand that can't be treated as a developmental brand anymore. Hear me out.
I agree with you.
His other brand's not a developmental brand. To take Jeff Hardy, who has been a TV jobber for the past 6 months, and I can understand this.
And putting over younger talent all the time. Putting over younger talent all the time.
Oh, and not only losing to Jeff Hardy, but they stripped him of what his gimmick is. Like he's no good without Scarlett.
Okay, so let's touch on that. Okay, so Scarlett or Charlotte, whatever her name is 10 times the worker that he is.
Yeah,
hands down. She's going to SmackDown's women's division. Okay, they should have never broken them up at all.
Nope.
I agree with that.
So,
but he's not getting buried. You know,
I don't. I'm not going to call it buried, but sorry, to me, in a way, shape, and form, you kill the credibility of NXT to a certain amount, Mike. Listen.
I agree with you, Rumble. I agree with you.
That's just my opinion, and whether or not anybody, but these are things Vince has done for 30 some odd years. If you come from WCW, even if he kept your name, unless your name was Ric Flair, you earned your way up the keep. And I'm going to be honest with you. I believe that Vince has this, and I believe Vince's egotistical shit gets in between at times, and he's like, I like this Karrion Cross, but I have to erase the fact that NXT is not the superior brand. And I can see it happening. I can see a phone call the next day or that night by Triple H saying, Vince, we agreed this wasn't going to happen. And Vince just goes, well, I wanted to see how you take it there, Triple H. I pay your bills. I'm sorry. That's the Vince I believe that is, because that's the Vince who has had a fucking ego trip his whole life. And that's my firm belief.
And if he never had that ego, WWE wouldn't be where it is today.
Absolutely.
So can I finish my thought?
Yep.
So if they were burying Karrion Cross,
I didn't say bury. I didn't say bury.
I'm not. Listen, didn't say you. It's the other on the other pages that are running their mouths and bitching and complaining. I'm not saying you. I'm saying other people have come out and said, "Oh, he's burying this one. He's burying that one." First of all, nobody knows. These people wouldn't know what buried was until it slapped them in the face. Second of all, if they were doing that to him and jobbing him out, he never would have talked after the match at all. Period. Never. Yeah, and if they were really burying him, they would have pulled the title off of him the week before and then jobbed him out.
I believe
He's
they should have took the
NXT
title
champion.
off of him anyways. I think it's lousy seeing the NXT champ up on WWE Monday Night Raw. That's just my
He's
opinion.
gonna lose it.
Yeah, Mike.
Right now, Joe's waiting for him to show up.
When he had the opportunity with that mic after he lost that match, if he could cut a promo, he could have been over. But
He did cut a promo.
He did got a
yeah,
promo.
he could have cut a better promo.
Dude, he got exposed by Adam Cole. That's
Yeah.
he knows he can't talk. He needs
He needs a manager. So
So
he got exposed 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago.
Then I'll
But there's an opportunity, like work on your gimmick. You got to work on it and work on your gimmick. And he had the opportunity last night to go in front of 20,000 people and 2 million at home to show yourself that you're the NXT champion, one of the best on right now in the world with as an NXT champion. Prove yourself. Prove you can cut a promo and make yourself a star. Right there, he had his chance to make himself a star. And he didn't.
This is my point I'm trying to make. He can't cut a promo. If they take his girlfriend away from him, it's going to ruin him.
Oh, yeah.
And for the fact of the matter is that he was exposed by Adam Cole. Then he got exposed even more by Gargano. You know what I'm saying? Work-wise, he's good work-wise, but cutting promos and his personality.
I understand what you're saying, but he had the chance.
Take an opportunity to work on it in front of 20,000 people. Yeah, I get that, but you got to put the work in at the Performance Center and go to promo classes and everything else to learn how to cut a promo. Because at the beginning, he couldn't cut a promo to save his life. Now look at him.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I'm just saying that's the opportunity, and
I hate the people who think AEW is the best thing going, and all they do is shit all over WWE. Give WWE a chance. They just came back to live crowds, and I didn't think Raw was that bad. I didn't think
it was that. I didn't think it was that bad. Did I expect other surprises to happen? Oh, of course I did. But
I thought Becky Lynch was coming out.
Who?
Yeah,
I thought Lynch was going to be coming out.
No, but if we'll go, I'll tell you this: I got a legit slip of the potential SummerSlam card.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good match.
JD seen it.
It's Goldberg.
So spill it.
It's going to be a 4-way between Becky, Charlotte, Rhea Ripley, and Nikki Cross.
And Nikki Cross.
So Nikki Cross is going to keep that title until SummerSlam.
Yeah, she's going to keep it for the next month. That's the way it looks. And I guess I'll just jump to it now. Everybody thinks Keith Lee, like you said, it's a punishment. Well, from what I seen from a credible, reliable source who showed me the card, Keith Lee is going against Sheamus for the U.S. Championship at SummerSlam. And it's already been rumored that Sheamus is taking time off because he's getting married.
Yeah.
So there's a good chance that Keith Lee, I'll take that punishment any day of the week. Give me 5 minutes in the ring with Bobby Lashley after being off of TV for 6 months. I don't care if it's 5 minutes. This is the way I look at it. 5 minutes, he comes out, he works Bobby Lashley, okay? For the freaking championship. After he just came out of Lashley just squashing the shit out of Kofi Kingston. I don't believe it was a punishment. To me, I don't look at that role as being a punishment. There could have been a lot worse things that you could have me do in a wrestling ring if you were Vince McMahon and I was Bobby Lashley. Because you just gave me 5 minutes with the champ. I got a little bit of offense in front of my hometown Dallas, Texas crowd. and then next you're gonna tell me that I'm gonna work Sheamus at SummerSlam in front of 85,000 strong and probably win the belt?
Well, Bully Ray, I listened to Bully Ray's radio show today,
Yep.
and he made a slip. He was talking about about Keith Lee, and supposedly he's penciled in to win the world title next week off of Lashley in an open challenge.
And then the end of the
Whatever could happen. I mean, hey.
Well, that would be a giant swerve if they put the title around him instead of Goldberg.
Yep. I don't think Mike, between me, you, and the fence, and Pelly, I don't think Goldberg's getting the title.
I hope not. No,
I
can't go with that again.
Don't hold me to it, but I don't think we're seeing the Fiend until SummerSlam.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
What's the big? Okay, if you know anything about the new stadium at Alliance Stadium there in
Vegas, yeah.
Vegas, they light a torch. That place is perfect for the fireman himself, which is Bray Wyatt. So I see Bray Wyatt, no lie, this is my envision. This is what I envision.
You sound like Gazoo right now.
All right. I envision that the match will be going on. Goldberg will be blown up in 6 minutes. Okay.
Less
all
than
of a
that.
sudden, okay. I'm being nice to him, Mike. You know, I'm being nice to him. 6 minutes, lights will go dark. Fiend comes out, lays everybody out. Fiend disappears, and guess who comes down? It's a new day. Yes, it is. And hear me out. Big E Langston cashes in Money in the Bank, and he is the new World Wrestling Entertainment I almost said Federation. World Wrestling Entertainment Heavyweight Champion of the world. Now, the biggest swerve of it all, Mike, is that Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods all go with MVP along with Big E, dumping Bobby Lashley, and you have the newly formed Hurt Day.
It's not happening.
And if Keith Lee wins the title,
they're not going to let They're not going to let the New Day go heel. It's not happening.
Well, it's good.
I would love to see it happen, but I don't think it's going to.
Mike, it's a good swerve. It's a dream. You know.
No, I know.
Keith Lee could join the Hurt Day Rumble. Keith Lee could join the Hurt Day.
I have said for a while, that's one of the first things I said when they were looking for something for Keith Lee to do, was to put Keith Lee into the Hurt business. You know? Well, listen, we got 6 weeks to let it unfold on a special Saturday night edition of SummerSlam, which very different SummerSlam being on a Saturday night.
What's the date?
Yeah.
August 21st.
I'll be at your place, bud.
They open the borders August 9th.
Me. Oh, that's right. Skowhegan Fair. All right, so here's what I don't understand. Second segment of the night. We all know that we've seen the proverbial torch being passed between babyface Riddle and babyface John Cena. They come out and they have a 6-man tag match, which you got Riddle and the Viking Raiders against AJ, Drip Drip, and Omos. The thing that keeps me head scratching is, why is Riddle there and why is not Ricky O'Shea in that match?
Hey, Daddy.
Who?
Ricochet, Ricky O'Shea. That's what Chris Jericho calls him.
Daddy.
I don't know.
Why was you know what I mean? It's supposed to.
Did you notice? Did you look into that match? Did you notice that they kept avoiding tagging in Omos?
Yes.
Yeah, because when he got in the ring, he didn't know what he was doing. His positioning was all off, and like he almost didn't know how to cut off the ring, and because he doesn't know what he's doing.
Someone's going heel in that tag team, and somebody's going face, and Omos is going to go heel.
I know we'll get to.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think Omos is being exposed.
You think?
You know, yep, exposed. So that's another leak. Omos, AJ versus Riddle and Randy Orton for the titles at SummerSlam. That's I'm being told. And then a rematch of the Usos versus Rey Mysterio and Dominic. SmackDown-wise for the Women's Championship, I'm being told it's a rematch from WrestleMania of Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks.
There's one thing I liked all night, and they did it frequently. You know, somehow they when they cut to commercial, they might do it with just a quick cutoff or something like that. When they cut off the commercial on Monday night, it was big things like big dives or big. It made more sense to me, like big dives or big splats. The cutoffs were more extravagant. I thought it made more sense to go into commercial with more big and extravagant things. I like that.
I thought the Riddle. I just like one of my notes from because I took notes. I'm not even reading Bleacher Report. I put first off, why no Ricochet? It was a good match. You know, Riddle grabs the dripstick. He sprays Omos, causing the distraction, and it was kind of cool on how they went over. You know?
Yeah. Ivar is pretty smart with his size.
Yes.
Very smart with his size.
If I had to rank that match, I'd call it a B. I don't think, to me, there was sort of disappointing things, but I did not think Monday Night Raw in its own was a bad show. I thought it was a pretty decent show.
No, it's probably one of the better shows they've had in the past couple of weeks.
Yep.
For me, Nikki Cross going over for the title. Didn't I say one of them was gonna fucking cash in right away?
I thought it was good. So the third segment of the night pits Rika versus Elias, which this has been a weekly rematch. I thought they had a hot hit.
That was a good match. That was a good match.
Man. Yeah, give me your view on it, Mike. What did you think of the match? What stood out to you most?
What in the beginning of the match?
One thing. Do you think it was definitely? Do you think it was just as comparable with the strap match that they had the week before, where they beat the shit out of each other like redheaded stepchildren?
I thought the strap match was a little bit better.
Yeah,
I'm different on that.
Well, of course you are. The beginning of the match, like when they first said it was a Symphony's Rule match, I'm like, oh, here we go, this crap again. But then as it went on, and the brutality by Jackson Ryder, did you see Elias's back?
Yep.
Oh my God! So
and they had a psycho. Sorry, I'll go ahead, Mike.
You'll get your turn, AJP.
I thought the reason why I thought the strap match was more brutal than the Symphony match is because the welts that were left on each other were like legit. Kind of like somebody else that I know in this group, a strap match with, decided he wanted to take liberties with the strap and left welts on my back for 3 weeks. Rumble.
I never did that.
You're so full of crap.
You just have sensitive skin.
No. Through my gear, I had welts on my back. That was payback for when we cornered him as a rookie in a battle royal. Go ahead, Kelly.
I like the psychology of the whole thing, how they built up with each weapon. They went smaller, then up to the bigger, and the match built itself up with the weapons and stuff. So they started off slow, and they got off bigger and more powerful, and then the larger and larger it got to the piano, then to the cello, and then finally the big suplex onto the tables. I
Bro,
thought
that was beautiful.
I thought the psychology of the match made sense by the way they used all the weapons. So I enjoyed it. It was a cool finish. Do you think is that the end of their feud?
No. I see everything wrapping up. Honestly, it's SummerSlam. If you had to ask in my opinion.
Now they got to go with a bigger gimmick match. How can you go with a bigger gimmick match than what they've done in the past weeks? Steel cage match or
steel cage, street fight. Yep. They fight all around the Alliance Stadium, and during 3 to 4 different segments of other people's matches, you get focused back on them.
That's cool. Yeah, I like that.
You know, they haven't done something like that in a long time. So my own little write-up here, if I can read Chicken Scratch, I put a Symphony of Destruction match. It's a hard-hitting rematch, and it was very entertaining match after setting the standard of the strap match last week. This was even more an abusive way that they used their psychology, and Elias got some color during the match. I put, and what impressed me is the way they went home. That top rope suplex through the 2 tables to the outside, giving Jackson Riker the victory. To me, that's a B+ match right there, man. You know.
Go on.
Like I said, I don't think Raw itself entirely in the show unless you read Jimmy Fingers posts, you would think that the show has fallen off the face of the earth. You know, I thought it was a good show. Was it comparable to SmackDown on Friday? No. Nope. So, yeah, man, I thought it was a really good match. Then they
go ahead, Rumble.
Sorry. Go ahead, buddy.
I wrote something down here that's not wrestling. Well, I guess it's wrestling related. There's one thing that makes SmackDown, in my opinion, better than Raw right now. Yeah. That's the commentary team. Pat McAfee and
Oh God, yeah. Pat McAfee was made to be in this business. What nobody doesn't get, and they said, "Oh, he's a football player. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing." He is probably one of the better workers I've seen come from the other side in a long time, because he put the time in at the Performance Center. Months of work before it was even let out that he was getting involved.
He's a character. He has charisma, man. Lots of charisma.
So I have NXT on right now, and then I'm at the Johnny Drip's girlfriend's match, and you got Mandy Rose out here. And after finding out she's pregnant, I don't even understand why the hell they even have her out. When she just
could be at work.
Yeah. So we get to another segment here. We get a promo backstage with Mansoor, along with the astute general manager team of Adam Pearce and the big nose broad there, whatever her name is there.
Finger, stop commenting and get your ass on. Big bitch.
Tell him to come on.
He's afraid.
Afraid of what?
He don't want nobody. I'll be honest with you. In my belief, I'm sorry, Forbes, but he wants a total agreement on whatever he believes, and I don't think he's having a. I don't think he just doesn't. If you don't believe that everything that he saw last night is what he saw,
Also, what we have to
call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
Like they say in Russia, if you don't cross in the crosswalk and you jaywalk, you get your legs cut off.
Listen, I like breaking his balls because it gets him going, but like his opinion is his opinion. It is what it is. It's not always right. He was right once in 6 months. I don't know what to tell you.
I love you, Fingers. Looking very forward to meeting you someday.
One, two.
Come on,
I agree with that. I agree with that. There's no need to have Goldberg on the show. Zero.
Yep. But he don't want to come on and say that because he thinks people are gonna be like, Goldberg deserves to be there.
No, he doesn't. He's 53 years old. He sucks. He shouldn't be on.
I didn't say that. He thinks we're gonna say that.
I'm saying it right now. Goldberg sucks. It's worse than your bleach doing your beard.
So they get a promo with Mansoor and the GM team, the astute GM team, and basically it's Mansoor being told that he's been granted a match, and in walks Mustafa Ali, and unbeknownst to Mustafa Ali, he finds out that he's going to be tagging with Mansoor. It feels like, what the heck? Why am I tagging with this? Why am I tagging with you? And
that's forced.
It's more of the Mansoor telling him he finally understands what he means. And bang, he agrees to it. And then basically Sheamus pushes him out of the way coming in. And Sheamus is complaining about Humberto Carrillo there. And
see, oh, whatever, you big baby. Hold your hand and pet your head and say it's okay. Sound like my kid right now.
Oh, my God.
Put your balls out of your pocket and put them where they belong and get your ass on here.
I'm telling him now. Come on the show, pussy.
The only thing that makes me want to punch holes in what you said about Keith Lee and the U.S. title, I think they're going to give what's his at it?
Damian Priest?
Yeah, because he was watching the match.
Yep. Well, I'm just saying what was leaked to me today. I don't know if it's true, but it was all the things that were leaked to me were pictures of the SummerSlam logo with them on it. All the matches. So basically we get to this match and Sheamus pledges to break Carrillo's face, which really doesn't happen.
Now, is there a debate that Sheamus is probably maybe the best heel in WWE?
No.
The best heel. The best heel.
That's what I asked. It's a debate.
The best heel in the WWE besides Roman Reigns is sitting in a wheelchair.
Miz, yeah, okay. That's why I said it's debate. I like Sheamus's work, man. The gritty, like.
I'll be honest with you, Sheamus is right there. Sheamus is like different. Sheamus more the I just believe Sheamus is a true competitor. You know what I mean? To me, he's not a heel or a face. To me, he's just no nonsense, and it could matter whether he faces heel or baby face. Sheamus is just coming for you.
He's the grizzled old veteran.
There you go.
You know what? You know who else is a better in who I couldn't stand that they re-signed, but she's getting her heel heat is Eva.
Yep.
Oh yes, yeah. She did pretty well with the promo with Alexa there.
But if you notice, they muted the crowd noise out there because they didn't want that. Vince does not want the crowd. He doesn't want the people at home to be fooled because he wants the people at home to be mesmerized and be mind fooled into thinking that gimmick is good. So there was no crowd noise, nothing. They muted it. It was silent. So Vince was brainwashing people. So Charlotte's celebration ceremony. It was,
the shits.
Yeah, I know nobody likes to talk about Charlotte. All it was a basic way to make the rematch that night. Charlotte trying to get out of it, and she couldn't get out of the rematch.
1:30 in the morning.
Oh well. So then we're on to women's tag team matchup, which is Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler in a rematch.
What's that sound? Who's got the TV turned up?
Versus Natalya and Tamina. What'd you guys think of this matchup?
What is it? Which one?
Nia Jax and Shayna versus Natalya and Tamina.
Timing was off.
Yeah.
I like that Reggie got put over. I do like that actually.
I wasn't talking about him winning the 24/7 title.
I was like, Nia headbutted Reggie, and I was like, oh, that's it for Reggie. I think he's done.
It was weird seeing her without her hair extensions too.
Who, Nia Jax?
Yeah.
Oh, she looked like a big, fat poodle.
Listen, watch what you say. I like Nia Jax.
Oh. I knew you would.
You better shut your face.
You and Vic Solagosto. Oh.
Right here, Rumble. Dick.
I love you, Mike. So, I would put at the end, the good news is even though Nia and Shayna didn't get the belts back, after Reggie takes a beating by both of the chicks in the middle of the ring, a scrum comes down. The head of the scrum is none other than the 24/7 champion himself. And Reggie ends up going over. And
They're gonna get rid of that 24/7 championship. I hate
it.
Oh,
shut up, Chip Fingers.
Oh yeah.
I think he's just doing this purposely now.
Yeah, because he's being a bitch because he won't come on.
It's all right. He's probably just sitting at his computer like this, and he looks. And the other night, just kayfabing things.
Yeah, he wouldn't know what kayfabe was if it slapped him in the face too.
So we get Carrillo, Humberto Carrillo there versus Sheamus in a rematch. Hard hitting as always. Who wants to take the floor and talk about their analysis of this matchup?
You knew the outcome was going to be Sheamus was going to win. It was boring.
I like that Carrillo came out hot because he was mad about what happened there the last couple of weeks. But
Yep.
As I said, the debate about I really like Sheamus's work. The debate that he's the best heel. He's a way better heel than he's a babyface. Way better heel than he's a babyface.
Hell yeah.
Well,
Hell
There's
yeah.
some nice moves on Sheamus's part with the bro kick to finish, and he gave him a really nice power bomb on the apron to go into the commercial. Like as I said, the dives to go into the commercials, the power bomb on the apron to go into the commercial. Like these guys like work at television. They do a fantastic job.
all right, real quick. So we're gonna have SummerSlam Saturday night,
Yep.
NXT Takeover Sunday night,
And where's TakeOver coming from?
Vegas.
Not the big stadium, though, right?
No,
From T-Mobile or
T-Mobile.
MGM?
didn't say. Just said from Vegas.
Cool. Yeah, they're going to do well that weekend. I see them going after T-Mobile Arena. You know, I see them going with the home of the Knights. So I'll give you guys my write-up. It starts off stick and moving. Catching Sheamus off guard. Carrillo still is aggressive. Even trying to take off Sheamus's mask at one point. Having his hands in the mask, trying to pull it off. See, that's why to me, I don't believe the match was boring. I do understand that it is a multi-time rematch, but the one thing that I like is the style change. You saw it, an aggressive Humberto Carrillo, basically fighting for his life and fighting for respect.
That's what I meant by coming out hot.
Damian Priest was backstage watching aggressively, just in case he needed his help. Finally, Sheamus took over manhandling Humberto Carrillo. Humberto goes rabid a bit and bite Sheamus's hand. I like that.
Yeah.
I like how he bit his hand when he put it in his, and then getting back on Sheamus. There was a couple of nice action spots on the outside. I like how Sheamus ate the announce table, made Sheamus eat the, and it just showed a lot of aggression out of Carrillo. And then he hit Carrillo from that point on, hits him with the picture-perfect drop kick. And Sheamus basically gets back over on him. And then Carrillo gets on him. He throws him over. And then it's just the punch. And Sheamus goes over. There really wasn't much of a sell at that point where Sheamus finally got over for the 3 count. If you guys remember that at all.
He literally tried to kick his face off though, on that broke kick.
Well, yeah, you don't think he wants a receipt? He broke his face before his wedding. Then we get up to what we were talking about here. Jimmy Finger's favorite moment of the night. The open challenge to Bobby Lashley. And, like I said, I think we've covered it. But since it's part of the match lineup, I don't, as Mike touched to a point where it was a punishment. Myself, like I say, if I was off TV for 6 months and then I come back to Monday Night Raw in front of 18,500 strong and over 1.5 million televisions watching me live, to go 5 minutes with one of the hottest gimmicks that the WWE has used during the pandemic. I and then being in front of my home crowd, I don't look at that as being a punishment. It's not like he went out there and jobbed to one of the Lucha house parties. Like, he went out there and he did the favor for the champ. You know what I mean? Irregardless, you know. Yeah, buddy. All right. My son seems to think this is the greatest world heavyweight championship matchup in SummerSlam history, which is going to be Goldberg and Bobby Lashley. So it comes from a 5-year-old, and that's the high demographic that's one of the higher demographics of the WWE food chain. So my son likes it. My son don't care that Goldberg's 53. He just loves his music and how he spits and goes, you know, that's all they know. They don't care about age. We do. So, and then from what was leaked to me today, to see Keith Lee potentially going against Sheamus at SummerSlam, knowing that Sheamus is about to take time off, yeah, it seems to me that if all this stuff comes to fruition, Keith Lee seems, as you would say, Mike, over. Yeah.
Yeah. He definitely wasn't buried, fingers.
No, he did the job. That's the business. I think sometimes people I guess that's what happens when you grew up in the generation of squash matches and watching TV. And at the same point, you can't have 20-minute and 30-minute barn burner classics for a TV show continuously.
Well, you know, I look at this. I get why they do a lot of the segments, because they're trying to fill 3 hours worth of TV time. The smart thing for them to do was drop the third hour, go 8 to 10, and have a good show. You don't need to be at 3 hours anymore. They're not. There's no competition for them on Monday night. There's no Nitro. There's no AEW. Do your 2 hours and get out of town.
I'd like to see them just go from 8 to 10. I think that's fine. And that way it would, I'll be honest, I think it would bring back, it would help out the NFL hugely.
Not even that, but they'll gain more interest, because they'll have people on the edge of their seat, and then, you know, they'll want to come back and see what happened from last week.
I think it makes
3 hours.
Like you said, it makes it easier on the people who are writing the product too.
People, I think sometimes.
And then if there ever is the day where they want to swap 50% of their talent between both programs, that extra hour really hurts you. Whereas in the extra, not having that extra hour helps you.
Yep.
And every other wrestling program's 2 hours? So sometimes people
NXT's 2 hours. The Super Indie Fed's 2 hours. SmackDown's 2 hours. TNA's 2 hours. You don't need 3 hours.
People might be getting tired of watching 3 hours.
3 hours. Pay-per-views are the only things that it should be 3 hours.
People might be getting tired of Monday nights watching that extra hour. You know what I mean?
I think if anything, that extra hour should be an exclusive show for the fans who bought the tickets.
Oh, right on. Yeah, that's cool.
So did you
know what I
notice
mean?
that Austin Theory was up doing dark matches for Raw and SmackDown?
No, I did not hear that.
So is
Exactly.
we've been on tour with this guy. We've been on tour with him many tours. Rumble. D.H. Smith has been
was tagging
signed back
with
to WWE.
Yep.
Yeah, he was tagging with him.
Yeah.
Oh, Austin Theory was tagging with
Yeah.
Harry.
David Boy's kid. Yeah.
Yep, we know Harry well. I worked him three or four times. Great kicks to the chest, let me tell you. So we get to another match, the debut of Karrion Kross, and I'm not gonna lie because I wrote this right away. I said his gimmick is over well before he hit the ring. With no Scarlett, it's not the same. That was the first thing I said, and I'm gonna stick to it.
I told you already.
Yeah.
His girlfriend is 10 times the worker he is. She blows him out of the water.
For some reason, I thought his entrance wasn't as over as it was in NXT, though.
Well, of course, because the girl isn't there and it's not as intense. Like
when she finally works on SmackDown on TV, she's gonna be one of the top tier talents in the women's division.
So to me, this is where I can kind of agree with the mocks out there. Where this is kind of a bury.
No, it's not.
And this is the kind of a thing where Vince McMahon, Mike, I believe it.
Nah, dude, if they were burying the kid, look, listen, if they were burying the kid, he never would have got Mike time. Shut the fuck up with that.
I agree to disagree. They're trying to get him over in a whole different way, and they're trying to reinvent. How about this? They're trying to reinvent his wheel, and his wheel was not broken. The girl gets him over.
I agree with that. They shouldn't try to reinvent this wheel. I understand that. But if they were burying him and jobbing him out, he wouldn't have the NXT title, and second, he wouldn't have gotten Mike time.
Well, I just believe that Vince being himself, he always has an ultimatum. And I just think it was a hidden that Kross being the champion of NXT,
losing to a former world champion.
What?
Losing to a former world champion. It's not like he lost to Cedric Alexander.
But in the eyes of the fans that have been watching WWE television for the past year to 6 or even 6 months, Jeff Hardy has not been on the winning side of the court many times. That's all.
He's been losing.
You notice he went back to his old music, right?
Who's this?
Hardy. He's using his music from TNA.
I heard that was part of his contract extension, was that he was able to go back to his music
from TNA.
Yeah, I noticed. It's because he wrote that. Gimmick.
Huh?
He wrote that. That's why.
Yeah. And guess what's coming down the pipe?
What?
Willow. That's part of his contract too.
So yeah, we agreed to disagree on the Karrion Kross spot. I just think it's
wrong.
I think it's a humbling thing. I know, and I was wrong about telling you that Goldberg was going to face Bobby Lashley instead of
wrong.
Instead of Lesnar. And you're like, wrong. See, this is where the heel in you comes out. Makes great television. But
don't make me drive up the butthole Maine. And I'll punch you right in the fart box.
Here's the thought, guys.
Yeah.
You know we're going to see after what happened with Karrion Kross and Jeff Hardy last night. We're going to have to see it again, and Karrion Kross won't look stronger and more dominant than he did last night.
Now I see what can happen right here. he beats the willow out of him.
Yeah, he's just
That's
gonna
going to
come
be.
back
I'm
more
telling you
stronger.
right now. That's going to be the feud. Hardy and Karrion Kross are going to feud, which is going to make Hardy snap and bring back Willow.
That'd be
Well,
cool.
that's the only way I can look at it for what happened last night. Is that Karrion Kross is going to go stronger and more dominant, and he's going to maybe even a sense of a squash on Jeff Hardy the next time they fight.
So, yeah, I mean, so basically we're coming up to the last two segments, and I knew, like, I don't know if I really wanted this segment because I want Vinny Capelli to be proven wrong. I really wanted this segment to happen out in the ring. I wish they had put the playground in the middle and let this bozo gimmick really get.
You did see all the Lily dolls in the crowd, didn't you?
What?
You saw the Lily dolls in the crowd, right?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sell them.
A lot of people had them.
For merch.
Oh,
sell them for merch.
So, you know, Kazoo's going to be all over your shit now.
He's throwing something.
I'll be honest with you. That's why I said it, because I seen it coming. I seen the dolls, the whole 9 yards. I really wish they had put it out in the ring, because I want to see the reaction and hear the crowd, because they muted that.
Hear the crowd. You're never going to hear the reaction because McMahon knows that gimmicks the shits, and that's why I'm trying to change it quickly.
The whole segment was muted. It was just backstage noise.
Yep.
Because if you notice, when they came back to it and they went to the crowd was like, hush. I was like, what? So I basically, I wrote the skit with no crowd response. An all muted arena. They did this because they know this is absolute garbage, and the WWE doesn't want the viewers to hear the arena crowd response because they want the viewers to be I put hypnotized so that everybody can buy Alexa Bliss's dolls.
Too late, they're already buying them.
And they want the viewers to believe that this is good, as Vince McMahon's famous sayings have you heard? This is good stuff. Eva Marie and Dewdrop, she's playing her part, and it ought to be interesting to see if Alexa Bliss does get a singles one-on-one with Alexa Bliss. It'll be even more interesting to see if Dewdrop drops Eva and goes with Alexa.
Could be going that way.
So, then we come to the main event of the evening. Mike's favorite two wrestlers in the whole world wrestling entertainment. His two favorites, Charlotte Flair, who he takes a Charlotte Flair every morning, and he puddles it with the Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, I can't.
Rhea did sell that leg really well, though.
Yes. Listen.
So what? It was still the shits. The best part of the night was when Nikki Cross won.
I think their match is a bit. I think their match from the other night at Money in the Bank was good. I think last night's match was good. I'm just not a fan of the two girls. I think Rhea Ripley being she's way too goth, and it wasn't like originally. It just didn't seem like she was like that. I think she'd be better off. I think she'd be better off paired with Tony Storm in a tag team and bolster up the women's division.
She's coming to SmackDown soon.
Yep, I seen that.
I think Rhea Ripley needs a manager. That's what I think.
I just need to watch Tony Storm's ass all the time. That's all I need to do.
So
you could bounce quarters off of that all day. Boing, boing, boing.
I guess at the end of the night, when push comes to shove, I wanted to see the return of Bray Wyatt, the Fiend. Instead, we got the cash in, the Money in the Bank by Nikki Ash. Either way, I was happy. To begin the show, I was happy because I'll be honest with you, I did jump out of my seat. I jumped out of my seat when John Cena came to was that the other night, was that Money in the Bank. I'm not going to lie.
I marked out for that. Absolutely.
If I have to say I'm a closet John Cena fan, then I'm a closet John Cena fan, and now I've come out of the closet. So being a John Cena fan.
You know, somebody said on Facebook on one of the pages that I follow that said about the person who killed half the crowd, half the fan base came back and blah blah blah, and I responded with, yeah, with the pop of the night, because that's exactly what he had was the pop of the night. He out-popped Edge's entrance tenfold. His music hit.
I said it I believe I said this yesterday, that John Cena for the past 8 to 10 years, he didn't take a day off.
Nope.
And then all of a sudden, the past 2.5 years, because he decided to pursue other avenues, he's now considered Johnny Part-Time. Like,
no.
When
this could be his last run. This could potentially be his last run, and we all understand that. But he keeps doing this. The second time he's done it. I'm hoping it comes. I hope it happens. I hope he goes heel and he brings back the NWO, because that would be major. If he turns heel, that's on the same level as Hogan turning heel.
Yes. I will cry. I will cry like Hogan when Hogan turned heel. I'll
be the first person going and buying the new version NWO shirt.
I'll be right there with you. So long fingers.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I'm ready to order John Cena gear for the kids, and I might even pop in on here with the wristbands and the shirt myself one night.
Mark. You fingers, you.
So, yeah, the basic SummerSlam agenda right now is the two headlining matches is Reigns and Cena, Goldberg and Lashley. Tag team title match.
I swear to God, if they put Goldberg over at SummerSlam, somebody's going to talk me off the ledge because I'm going to lose my mind.
I think if they put him over, I think that's Big E comes down and cashes in. But I wholeheartedly believe that is the night that the Fiend comes back. Everything gets interrupted. The Fiend leaves the two laying. He disappears. Big E comes down and cashes in. And whatever happens from there, whether or not Kofi and Xavier Woods have something to do with the chicanery and they all are part of the MVP's brand new birthday, that's just the cherry. That's the jimmies. That's the proverbial icing on the cake, so to speak. So
I personally think that they're going to wait until WrestleMania to give him his WrestleMania moment. That's what I think.
I believe
Who?
Pelly said that.
Big E, yeah, I said
Yep.
that last night.
I
Yeah.
believe Pelly said that. I could be wrong, but then again, I could be right, but then again, I could be wrong. Although it would make sense for the Fiend to come down and interrupt that match because the Fiend has business with Goldberg because Goldberg beat him in Saudi Arabia in 33 seconds.
Well, I got a feeling that he's going to have business with Alexa Bliss first and then Goldberg.
Okay.
They can't just let that gimmick lie, that storyline lie that she stole his gimmick. Can't. If he comes back as the Fiend. Now, if he comes back as the eaters of war, whatever, Bray Wyatt, the original Bray Wyatt, then they can do that.
How do they explain now all of a sudden he's not melted and he's himself?
He came back as not melted at WrestleMania. Did you not see that?
Oh, when he goes through the thing and then he became the Fiend. Yeah.
Just keep up with the program, Rumble.
No, I did. I get you. It'll be interesting.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, this kid Cameron Grimes is gold. Gold.
I'm up to with Del Fantasma and Hit Row are doing their thing right now.
I got mine on DVR. Gonna watch
You mean
tomorrow.
Hitless Row? You mean Hitless Row? I hate that gimmick.
I think it's good. The big kid's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about the only one that's good.
Surf,
I'll tell you right now, LA Knight is, no matter where he goes, perfect heel.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And he's money on. He's a perfect Raw or SmackDown type of guy. Vince would love him.
Oh, yeah.
He's old school.
Yeah, he's got an old school heel.
Well, all right, boys. Well, tomorrow night, 8:30 for Wednesday night, we'll review NXT.
Thursday night. You want to do it tomorrow night instead?
Oh, I'm sorry, Thursday night. We'll do NXT.
I should be back in time. I'm supposed to be going on a ride, but if I'm not, I'll catch up with you guys on Friday or Saturday.
I am going to be away Friday and Saturday. I'm going to Massachusetts this weekend.
Oh, then I'll hook up with you when you get down here.
I'll let you know.
Because APW is Saturday night. You could come hang out with me.
Yeah, I'm going to visit some family, bro. But I will see you. I don't want to go to a wrestling match, man. I'm gonna go visit Donna and Ellen Saturday night.
Okay. All right.
Yep. They had to put the dog down I gave them.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That sucks.
11. Hey, they got 11 years.
Whoa!
11 years since Maggie had puppies. Let me know what you're doing before APW. I'm staying in Saugus next to the Kowloon.
All right.
And I'm not leaving till Tuesday morning.
Okay.
All right, kid?
We'll figure it out.
All right. I'll see.
All right, brother.
Well, now that everybody on Facebook and YouTube knows my itinerary.
Headlock. Put him in a headlock. There you go.
There you go.
Now grab his beard and go like this.
No, Daddy's gonna win.
Why not? Oh, look, there's the mask dummy.
You've heard of Excalibur, I'm Rumble Caliber. All right, fellas. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight on Facebook and on YouTube. If you're out there on Facebook and you're part of the membership here and you're on YouTube, share this, please. Let's get the community bigger.
Yeah.
I'm spreading this on throughout Washington County podcasters, and my buddy who's in charge of that, he's trying to get us a spot to do an actual live podcast, either Saturday nights or Sunday nights on his radio station. So I'm hoping, because we're one of the only two people that on his podcast network are consistent on putting our product there. And wrestling's huge. You just said we have to stop swearing all the time because that ain't good for radio.
Yeah, I told you, but I can't control it. There's no filter.
I hear you. We're gonna have to get one of the beep. All right. For AJP, Sidewalk Sam, for the APOC Stiff Mike.
Yep.
For the BBB, Jason Rumble, and my sidekick JD Rumble. And the Princess Bradis laying down and shy. We'll see you Thursday night for NXT. Yeah. And, even though Stiff Mike don't like it, some AEW at the end. That's like the girl from when The Undertaker lost at WrestleMania. With that being said, good night, everyone.
Yep.
Peace out.
Yeah.